behaviour of some of the England fans there was bad, antisocial and drunken typically. There were some engaged in violence, but of course there were Russian fans there who definitely went with the intention of engaging in serious violence, gum shields, weapons, etc. So there was a real combination of factors there that saw some appalling scenes. Well, I think we've got to be conscious of the risk. We certainly won't dismiss it. We're not complacent about it in any way, shape or form. It's something we've addressed with the Russian authorities. They are very confident and assertive that they will have a safe event. I think it's one of the situations where the UK and Russia actually have a shared interest. We want our people to go across there and be safe. They want a tournament that's a showcase for them. It's not in Russia's interest to allow violent scenes to break out at the World Cup. They'll have given assurances to all the participating countries and FIFA. So I think we can be confident on the basis that we have a shared interest here to see it go safely and without incident. It's Russia's responsibility to keep people safe who are visiting the country. We've been repeatedly reassured that that's their absolute attention, and I think we can expect to see a massive security presence. Fans will see hundreds, possibly thousands of police and army at these venues. They shouldn't be alarmed. That is the normal style of policing that you can see with these events in Russia and other Eastern European countries, and hopefully it is there to keep them safe. Of course we're aware of it, of course we're aware of the threats and the broader political situation. We need to maintain an effective relationship with the Russian police. As I've made the point, we don't have any powers. The best way we can help to keep British nationals safe in Russia is to have a good relationship with the people that we're dealing with, concentrate on that factor, and really, whilst being aware of the broader issues, not concern ourselves with us. And that's not being naive about the situation. Well, look, we've been working with the Foreign Office and others for over 2 years, and some of the people we're working with are no longer working in Russia. That is not ideal. What we have seen, though, is the Foreign Officers have responded. We will work with them jointly so that between us we can give the best possible service to UK citizens. I think the Foreign Office adapted really well, and it's putting measures in place to try and ensure that it gives the best possible service. So it's not ideal, but that is the situation. We need to make the best of it. The Foreign Office are making the best of it, and between us we'll try to do our utmost to look after British citizens in Russia. There is a real risk that if people go and get drunk, sing songs about the war or political figures, bear in mind there isn't a great understanding of the English language in Russia, there is a massive potential for that to be taken as a great offence and then provoke a hostile reaction, possibly from the locals, possibly from law enforcement. And we can't go and assert that we need to be treated as we would in the UK. Part of the deal is if you go to another country, you accept their laws, their culture, their customs, and people need to be alive to that.
The England fans are going to travel out to Russia for the World Cup are predominantly going to be fairly experienced travellers and people who've learned through experience that it's much better to be sensible and respectful of local traditions, local sensitivities. We want to be welcomed there as guests and we'll behave as good guests. And we're expecting to find a party atmosphere and a warm welcome. I think the Russians love their football as much as we do. There's a lot of support for English football teams. The Premier League features large among Russian football fans as well. So I think once the World Cup rolls into town, it's all about football. I don't have particular worries about England fans at Russia. I mean, clearly everybody knows what happened in Marseille, but I think the whole energies of the Russian state are focused on making sure that they deliver a successful and safe tournament. And generally speaking, if in Russia, what the state wants, the state gets, and I'm sure that the hospitality will be laid on thick. I think the World Cup is a very different experience. It's a surreal experience. It's something new that comes to every country. When the FIFA roadshow rolls into town, when you've got the fan zones created, the stadiums, the atmosphere developing, it's a unique World Cup sort of atmosphere, and I think that's what we're likely to experience on the ground as England fans.
It's like, you know, like lots of terrorists this day. No one knows what's going to happen. It's a big event. Like, it's not guaranteed it's going to be safe 100%.
And what about you for the summer? Are you going to the World Cup?
No, stop at home, watch it on the TV.
Were you put off from going, or? No,
not at all. No, it's just work commitments, isn't it? It's expense and work commitments just take over, so stay put and watch it on the TV.
It's quite a hard place to go to.
It is indeed, yeah.